Boy, got, phew,
Give me 1 second.
we live. What up, y'all? What's
Oh,
going
Live.
on? Shout out to y'all. What up?
yo,
What
yo.
up, PC football?
All right, we live. Great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. What's up, everybody? You already know it's OG. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday night press box PC presented by Players Choice. I don't think I got to keep going through the scenario. Each and every Wednesday night we'll be here getting you set up for the week, recapping what happened the week before. This is during the season, obviously. And then on Sundays, we're going to get you ready to make some money. We're going to get you ready to win your fantasy. Whatever you want to do in the NFL, we got you covered. Your favorite pregame show. Got the whole crew rocking and rolling with your boy today. You know what I'm saying? J Rob, Bama, Swipe, and I believe it's Trent, correct? And the other dude was Trey. Just wanted to
Yep.
make sure I don't get that all screwed up. Coming up on the program today, we got some fantasy stuff that we're going to get into. I think we already done some MVP stuff. Maybe you look at some awards. Definitely want to hit heavy in fantasy as we at August 6th now. Some of you may have drafts this weekend. So if you got some questions, you can pop that in the chat as well. We'll try to talk you through those. But we're going to start off talking about our year two breakout quarterbacks. Um, I said it before on this program. I'll say it again. The great Marty Schottenheimer, one of the people that belongs in the Hall of Fame, who's not in the Hall of Fame, a head coach with over 200 wins, no Super Bowl championships, though. He always legendarily he said, if you get the second year quarterback to perform as well as he did in his first year, consider that an improvement. We saw it last year with CJ Stroud, the second year slump. J Rob for the quarterback position is real. But we have I don't even want to say a trio because I got to put Drake May in the mix too as well.
Of course.
We got some quarterbacks coming up on their second season that, obviously Jayden Daniels was rookie of the year. Bo Nix was a challenger for rookie of the year. Caleb Williams, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt, right, J-Rob, because of the situation with the Chicago Bears last year. But now the offensive wonder boy, the Jesus of offensive coordinators, Ben Johnson, is in control of Caleb Williams' destiny. So a lot of people are picking Caleb Williams to improve and become what we thought he would be, a generational type talent, QB1, as his license plate said. I am from Harlem, New York, but I spent a lot of time in the DMV area, and I would run Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying, in the suburbs of the DMV. You know what I'm saying, and he drove a truck, and the truck license plate said QB1, so he was built to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? You saw him spin it at USC after leaving Oklahoma under Cliff Kingsbury. Now he gets with an offensive coordinator. I can't deny it. Son is a talented thrower of the football, a mover of the football. We saw it at USC. Last year with the Bears, there was flashes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I say flashes, they weren't great flashes, right? He completed 62% of his passes, threw for over 3,500 yards, 20 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions, took 78 sacks, which is not terrible. But, coming into that rookie season, you did see some things you don't like, right, J-Rob? So now I ask you, Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson, second year slump. I guess maybe you could call it a first year slump, second year improvement.
Or coming out party.
Look like, huh?
Second year slump or coming out party.
Yeah, whatever you want to use.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I think it's going to be a good year for Caleb. I do feel like maybe like the first 2 or 3 games of the season, it might be a little bit of a slow start just because the reality is he's been installed into a new offense over the last stretch of the offseason and in camp. But I still believe in the talent that Caleb Williams has, and I do believe in Ben Johnson. I do feel like as a offensive wizard, somebody who can create an offense that is malleable for a guy like Caleb Williams, I think that is what is going to happen in Chicago. And so I am excited to see what that future looks like. Now, I will say this. If we're talking about all the year 2 guys, though, I have to admit, I think I'm going to the Mile High City. And I think Bo Nix might have the coming out party. I just think with him being he got progressively better his rookie year. And I think there is a level of confidence that he has going into his second year because of, I think the hardest part of his growing pains already occurred during last year. Going into this year, I think Bo Nix is going to have a lot more confidence operating this offense. Now, with the defense that they're going to be putting out, and I think the weapons that they're going to have on the perimeter, I feel like year 2 Bo Nix to me seems more primed to have a breakout year than a Caleb Williams, who I don't think it'll be a sophomore slump, but might have some growing pains of learning a new offense. And I'm just also a little concerned that Jayden Daniels, because they potentially will be losing Scary Terry, a little bit more tape will be on him. I think his numbers might scale back a bit, but I still think he'll have a good season as well.
Trent, hop in here right now. Caleb Williams last year. What do you think about Caleb Williams last year? What were some of the pros? What were some of the cons? Were you impressed with Caleb Williams as QB1? And do you think Ben Johnson is going to make that much of a difference this year that Caleb Williams performs as a guy who can lead, not game manage his team to the playoffs, lead his team to the playoffs, and not be the reason they lose?
Well, I thought Caleb was going to – I thought he should have been way better than what he was last year. And he wasn't. I think he played like decent football for a majority of the year, but I was kind of a little bit disappointed. But I'm not really tripping about it because it was his first year, and again, he has a high expectation. But realistically, looking at how he played, it wasn't that bad. He just needs to fix his pocket presence a little bit more. But in terms of this season, though, I expect a big breakout. Not gonna lie. They traded for O-linemen. Like they drafted Luther Burden with Rome. Like you got Ben Johnson. This is a breakout. Like I need to see something big. I'm not gonna cap you. Is that plain and simple? He needs to have a breakout. There's no excuses. There's no nothing. Like he needs a breakout. Point blank.
What are you thinking, Swipe? Caleb Williams year 2. Were you a Caleb Williams as a generational talent guy, QB1? Was that ever your mindset when him leaving USC coming into the NFL, or were you reserving those type of high praises for after seeing what he looks like in the National Football League?
I never thought he was generational. I definitely thought he was the best talent coming out of college, but I did also say at the time I think Jayden Daniels was going to be really good as well. Coming out of the draft, like a lot of people, I thought that Caleb, and to be fair, y'all, like I think Trent, I don't want to rewrite history because remember, Trent, last year the narrative about Caleb was in the situation with Chicago, he was walking into maybe the best situation ever for a number 1 overall draft pick. Remember, they had 3 wide receivers, 2 of them wide receiver 2s, 1 of them wide receiver 1. Keenan Allen coming off a good year. You had obviously DJ Moore, who's had I don't know how many straight 1,200-yard seasons, and then they get Romeo Meduze, and then they had a tight end. They had DeAndre Swift. It looked like they were situated to do it, but Caleb, I want to say Eberflus wasn't great. He definitely did not aid the situation. I did think having a defensive coordinator as your head coach when you're getting a prospect like that was a problem. But Trent, Bam, everybody else, I think the issue also is Caleb himself last year, just for context, of quarterback score that played 100 snaps or more last year, Caleb Williams was 35th in EPA last year, tied with Daniel Jones. Last year in sack percentage among players that played 100 or more snaps, he had the 3rd highest sack percentage of any QB that touched football last year. The only players that were behind him are Will Levis and Deshaun Watson, y'all. So from like a decision-making standpoint, it wasn't good. From a pocket presence standpoint, it wasn't good. From a maturity standpoint, it wasn't good. I think that it can't. Now, this is where I want to talk about this too, though, Corey. I'm glad you asked that question because I think this sets up the context I wanted to talk about. So I don't know if y'all got a chance to, but Seth Wickersham, he posted a great ESPN article just a few days ago about Sean Payton and about basically the analytics that he put together determining what a quarterback success rate is and their failure rate is. And he put a whole thing together, and him and analytic crew talking about the quarterbacks that prevent the least amount of negative plays and how they would rank historically in the last 25 years. Caleb was high. Jayden Daniels was low. Bo Nix was really low. But when you look at players like Caleb, one of the things that he said, Corey, is that when it comes to sacks, he does not believe sacks are a lineman stat. He does not even think sacks are a scheme sack, a team issue. Quarterbacks have to be able to process what's happening on the court, on the floor, and on the field. They have to be able to see what's happening around them. They got to be able to recognize pressures, blitzes. They got to be able to see pre-play where the Mike linebacker is. If they're blitzing weak side, they're blitzing strong side, knowing how to set the offensive line. Caleb didn't do any of that stuff well last year. And Corey, one of the worst things is as a quarterback, you can panic. He panicked a lot. And then what happened is when you try to rely on your athleticism in the league and you're not Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or even like Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, and you don't have this crazy arm, you try to start running around and scrambling, and everybody's a better athlete than you, and now you're throwing balls all over the place. So even with Caleb by himself, he wasn't throwing the most accurate balls last year or catchable balls on top of taking too many sacks because of his decision-making. And that's part of Ben Johnson's role, Bama. Ben Johnson has to get him in line to read the field, read the play, and if you don't have something in front of you, you have to give the ball away. Because getting sacked on more than 10% of your dropbacks, that's entirely too much. And I do think as much as Ben Johnson's going to help that, he has to be able to recognize that himself and get better at that as well.
Damn, I got to agree with Swipe right here. I like where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I like the words coming out of his mouth, pause, because the truth of the matter is this: when you are getting quarterback tackled, as much as that happens, there's got to be a disconnect. But I still think that it could have been a lack of coaching. So does Ben Johnson need to come in here and totally remake the player, or is it just little pieces here and there that need to be fixed for Caleb Williams, Bama, to reach his true potential?
That's pretty much what I was going to allude to. I don't think you got to completely fix him because he has some great physicals. You know what I mean? Just the off-platform throws he can make. But I think his biggest problem is with a lot of guys like that have those physical tools. They think, oh, I'm going to just rely on my physical tools. And no, you got to be more of a technician when you get to the NFL because we are playing for this right here. Once you put money on it, Swiper know this, a lot of y'all know this. Once you put money on something, you get the biggest experts that come out the walls, especially when you're talking to a league that only has 1,600 players. The sample size is so condensed. So you going out there relying on athletic ability. Now, granted, he didn't have that bad of a year. I think 3,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I'm not going to say that's horrible, but a lot of the things what you alluded to, Swiper, with the sacks was him holding the ball too long, thinking he can make plays when he can't. So therefore, being on that situation, right? I think Ben Johnson comes in. You saw what Ben Johnson did with Jeff Goff, made him way more of a competent QB. But now you have a more of an athletic quarterback to work with. So I think that's more so a match made in heaven. I think those two coming together, we're going to see a way better version of Caleb Williams. And like I say, he's still young. He still can grow. I always tell people this. Let's not get caught up on these guys having to be good in year 1 and year 2. Sometimes it's going to take a couple, 3, 4 years. I'm okay with that because he's very young, came into the league, I think 21, I believe. So you got a lot of room for growth right there. So I like the Ben Johnson over there with them. I think Caleb, that what we saw was his floor. Now he's going to elevate from that. You know what I mean? I think he's going to get a lot better than what we saw last year. I think he's going to be able to make those reads real quick, get rid of the ball. That's going to help with some of the sack situation because, like I said, like I alluded to, a lot of those sacks just came from him holding the ball, trying to make plays and force plays that wasn't there when you could just get rid of the ball. That's when you had DJ Moore mad because it's like, bro, just get rid of the ball. Throw the ball. Get me the ball, right? But I tell people this. For my year 2 quarterback, though, people ain't going to like this. I see it right now. And Trent know this. I've been screaming this for the longest. Once Joe Milton take the reins over there at Dallas, bro, I'm telling y'all, he is finna take the league by storm, bro.
Just give the gimmick.
Oh, I'm not giving the gimmick up. Because
Joe Milton FC back in effect.
Joe Milton FC back in effect because I was watching that practice film. He threw that ball 75 yards. He threw the receiver into the end zone. He didn't have to slow. He threw him into the bro.
Who Joe Milton play for again?
The Cowboys.
I'm just trying to make sure we talking about the same person.
But this is
we are.
Hop in here. This is a good segue. Trent, before you hop in here, and this is a good segue. There are reports coming out of Dallas that Joe Milton is the real deal, and there also was a report that Drake May was not comfortable with Joe Milton in the building as a member of the New England Patriots. He didn't want Joe Milton around. Now, I'm not saying that Joe Milton is going to take Dak Prescott's job, But if Dak Prescott ends up on the injured list, Joe Milton is going to turn heads more than disappoint.
He's gonna turn heads.
In the words of my boy Bama,
turn heads to make him leave the stadium.
if you like Josh Allen, you like Joe Milton.
You gotta like Joe Milton. You got to.
This Joe Milton gimmick gotta stop, bro. This shit gotta stop.
Why is Joe Milton a gimmick?
It's not
a gimmick. I've never seen a quarterback beat dirt for 6 years and have some good tools that come in and make it seem like, oh, he's just gonna be playing. Because I don't know why Joe Milton is not seeing the field unless Dak gets injured. Unless Dak gets hurt, he's not.
Which is not something that is unlikely to happen. Dak Prescott gets hurt. We know this.
Yeah, but I know this for sure. When Dak Prescott is healthy, the Cowboys win games, and they're gonna have a top offense in the league. So I can see Joe Milton clapping on the sideline for Dak Prescott throwing touchdowns to CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. The most time you're going to see Joe Milton play on the football field is when you load up Madden 26 and play him with.
He looked good in the preseason games though, and in that game he played, and he looked good. Like I'll say this. Listen, we'll say this about Joe Milton. You saying he's dirt? He's been this for 6 years, and all I'm gonna say is this: every time so far in his career, he's been put on the football field. He's put out some pretty good tape. That's not a speculation of what he's going to be as an NFL quarterback or anything like that. But everything Joe Milton has put on NFL tape so far, it's been good tape. I will say that.
Last season, in one game played, this was week 17. This is people sit they starters, whatever the case may be. Joe Milton versus the Buffalo Bills was able to get. Was that last year? 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last season when he had a good game versus he was like 22 for 29. He had like 75 completions.
He completed 75% of his passes at 8 yards a clip. Now, playing against probably the Buffalo Bills reserves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Playing J-Rob playing against the Buffalo Bills reserves.
Yep.
So, but still, the Buffalo Bills reserves are still professional football players, as is Joe Milton. The backup quarterback is always the most popular guy on the roster. He's always the most popular guy in town. Dallas gave up Cooper Rush, who probably was the best backup quarterback in football, brought in Joe Milton to be the backup to a quarterback who, let's be honest, stays hurt. Is this, I'm not saying that Joe Milton is going to be the next Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to take Dak Prescott's job. I'm just saying people are talking about Joe Milton. Should we quiet down talking about Joe Milton?
Why can't he just be a good backup and develop behind one of the best quarterbacks in the league?
Yeah, he's talking about.
Thank you, bro.
Because Swiper,
Yeah.
he's like 26, 27. So him being I mean, like,
What do you mean in 20? You say he's 26, 27?
He's about to be or something like that. He's
Yeah,
about
but
He
Dak,
came
how
into
is
the
Dak
league at
29?
Yeah,
he came into the league.
Joe Milton. How did we get here, guys?
like,
Yeah, I think just let
Shout out
Dak.
to boy.
If Dak, y'all, come on, let's be real, y'all. I know y'all got agendas against the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan either, so I understand.
facts.
If Dak Prescott's healthy this year, he's throwing 4,500 yards and 35 plus touchdowns. But that's what he's going to do.
And what week of the season ended?
But Corey, that's your problem. Corey, that's your problem. That's your problem right there, Corey. Is your defense is tissue paper. Tissue paper. And you want to blame what's happening on Dak Prescott. Your offensive line is worse than it's ever been since Dak has been there.
Why would you say that with the three Tylers? This is going to be
because
one of
you
the
got
better
somebody
versions.
injured. Tyler Guyton's injured.
He'll be back 4 to 6 weeks. He'll be back.
Whatever. And guess what? And then you got young players on the offensive line.
Stud.
Your running game, horrible running game. You better hope Jaden Blue turns out.
Nobody's talking about Phil
Javonte
Maffa.
Williams is not good no more. I'm sorry. He's not good.
What about Phil Maffa?
Phil
Nobody
Maffa,
talks
true.
about Phil Maffa.
Them off a solid. But we got to see how he
Miles
plays.
Sanders is cool too. But like your tight end is cool. He all right. Like he
One of
ain't
the
nothing
better
crazy.
tight ends.
Oh, Jake Ferguson, nice.
No, but he's cool, but he ain't crazy. You got two really good receivers. So yeah, you're gonna throw 4,500 yards. Yep. You're gonna have two wide receiver 2 and 1s
Okay.
for
And then
fantasy.
what is that?
And
What
then
is
you're
that?
gonna just enjoy your air raid. That's all. That's all you're gonna have. You can't blame him for your defense giving up 40 points.
And y'all losing Michael Parsons, so
They're not going to lose.
I'm not
Michael
gonna lie, he's not
Parsons.
going anywhere, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
he's not leaving.
Let's get off
Jerry
Joe
gonna
Milton.
fold and pay that
Yeah,
bread.
he paying that bread, bro. If
Let's-
he don't
I
pay
hope
him, he's
so.
actually an idiot. Like,
And let's
Yeah,
talk
he-
about the
I don't
guy
think he is, Trent.
that wanted Joe Milton out the building. That was Drake May, right? If those reports are true,
Where is this report coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never.
Yeah, I don't know.
All I know is Drake May when he was on when he got on the field last year, late in the season, he looked great. So I mean, I wouldn't be shaking about nobody if I was Drake May, especially
Drake May
great.
Completed 66% of his passes in 13
That's
games.
great for a rookie in that situation, in a horrible situation.
And that situation last year was
20 yards a pop, under 7 yards an attempt. That's below mid. That's an aging quarterback. When you're throwing, that's what Aaron Rodgers could be this year, throwing under 7 yards an attempt. That's an aging quarterback, right? But still, 15 touchdown passes, 10 interceptions. Situation was not the best. Now he goes to Josh McDaniels, J-Rob. Very difficult offense and scheme to learn, but a Patriot team with high expectations. Put it like this. You can do worse than a second-year Drake May if you're developing a quarterback. So I don't have no problems with May, but I could see him not wanting Joe Milton in the building.
See, the problem is I don't like to speculate on those things just because of, I didn't read the article, so I don't want to say that was the case. Now, granted, Joe Milton did receive a lot of social media attention his rookie camp because of obviously the wild physical abilities that he possesses. But I think the truth of the matter is, the Patriots were just doing right by Joe. Like I don't think it was really about them.
I agree.
Being intimidated by Drake May or anything like that. I think one of the reasons why they drafted him was just because this guy has so much talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to take a flyer on him, and the reality is when he got to camp and everything, he looked probably like he still has some room to grow. And I think them getting rid of him just means that they think he could be a starter maybe in this league, but he's not going to get that opportunity here because we took a quarterback with the 3rd overall pick. Okay. And we are investing our 3rd overall pick. And I think history has shown with what happened with the Redskins at the time and in the Kirk Cousins situations that's not always a good look in your locker room. It does cause a bit of division, so they got him up out of there. I think it was the right decision, and it does give Joe Milton an opportunity to maybe be a starter. Now, I agree with Swiper. I don't see him coming out here and playing any significant football this year. I just think the Joe Milton FC train is just hilarious. So, I'm in it more for.
There's only one person on the train. There's a conductor. There's one conductor. There's one passenger. There's one engineer. It's the dude right there.
But my thing is this: I can't leave Bam out there by himself. So somebody got to stay. I stick beside him.
If you want to stay in the cold, let him be in the cold.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
We got in the house right now.
I like doing this, bro. I like doing this. I do this.
But J-Rob, tell me about Drake May. Year 1 Drake May versus year 2 Drake May. Can Drake May win total for the Pats sitting at 7.5? Can Drake May get him to 8 wins this year?
I think it's very possible for Drake May to get him to 8 wins. I'm honestly, I think they're going to be very good. I've always liked Drake May. Just his class coming in. I think he was just loaded with quarterback talent. But I'm a fan of his game. I think my biggest concern with him coming out of North Carolina was I really just didn't love his feet too much. I think sometimes he threw with more relying on his just physical gifts into playing and making all his throws. I thought he was a little erratic there, but honestly, you could see the improvement on the back end of the season when he came in. That a lot of that he settled down a lot. So I think they have a pretty underrated group of wide receivers. To be honest, I think one of those guys in that group could really emerge. That's not just Stephon Diggs. So I don't think Stephon Diggs is going to be the downfield threat that we saw him to be. I think it's going to be very much a get to the sticks, intermediate type of guy, very secure, security blanket type receiver for Drake May. It'll be fun to see what weapon comes out because it could be Polk, it could be Douglas, it could very much be Kayshon Boutte. So there we don't know what guy might break out. I don't know if any of those guys are true number ones, but we'll see. So, but I do think Bo Nix will have a better year this season. I just don't think, like when we say better year, breakout year, I don't think he's going to be an all-pro. I think he's making an all-pro team next year. I don't know 100% if he'll be a Pro Bowler.
Bo Nix or Drake May?
I want to get to Bo Nix.
To have a better season?
You said
Yeah,
no,
or just period?
No, you
Just
said Bo
period?
Nix. Drake May.
Oh, I meant to say Drake May. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think Drake May is going to be. I don't think Drake May is going to be a All Pro this year or anything like that. So,
Yeah, he ain't
I don't
making
know how.
Pro Bowl either. So just go ahead and just scratch that off.
So Swipe. Let me
Yeah,
ask
I
you
don't
this.
know.
Let's
Yeah,
get
he's
on.
not making a Pro Bowl either. Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Like he's not doing that either. So I just feel like a good year. Like if he has like
But what's so crazy,
22,
you know who made the Pro
22
Bowl?
touchdowns. Go ahead.
Mac Jones.
Bro,
No
don't do
offensive
that. Don't do
coordinator.
that weak ass.
That's why I said y'all really
Stop,
be
stop,
nasty,
stop,
bro.
stop.
The Patriots was really nasty with this Drake May shit, man.
Stop.
Mac Jones
Mac
is over there
Jones
with no
was one of
offensive
his
coordinator,
do
bro.
not bring
They
up
had
that
to
No
get rid of Mac
offensive
Jones. He
coordinator.
go out
Do
his
not bring
welcome.
up that weak ass Pro Bowl he made in 2020. Stop, brother.
Nah,
That was
we
messed
got to
up
get
how they
off.
did
We
it.
can't do Mac. Trust me, I'm a big Mac Jones supporter. But Swipe, you have experience with Josh McDaniels, right? And obviously, it's worked with Tom Brady. It doesn't really work with anybody else. Drake May, year 2, new offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels, the Patriot way. So now he gets to come up the same way the Patriot quarterbacks came up. Josh McDaniels is OC. You got the foundation back in place, Vrabel, McDaniels, and now their quarterback that they say is their future, Drake May. Does he get them to 8 wins?
I don't know if he gets them to 8 wins. I mean, that's not. Again, I feel like that's a lot to ask for from a team that is, I think, has a lot of things they're still trying to figure out. Offensive line, they're still trying to figure out. The receiving core, they're still trying to figure out. The run game, Travion Henderson should be really good with Ramondre Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a really good duo at the running game. But I mean, Hunter Henry at the tight end position, like Jamario Douglas, Kyle Williams, Mac Hollins is over there. Their defense is good. I like Christian Barrymore a lot. Carlton Davis is good. Kyle Duggar, Jabril Peppers, they got good players, but look, the NFC East alone is it's going to be hard for them to get through. The Jets are still going to be really good. The AFC East, the Jets are going to be really good. The Bills are going to be good. Then the Dolphins, when it's warm outside, they'll still be a really good football team. They got a lot of talent on the roster. The AFC West is amazing. The AFC South is good. So I don't know if they're getting 8 wins. They might, but I'm not expecting them to do that. And I don't think that in these situations, Corey, it is indicative of the quarterback that if they're not able to elevate teams that are not good and not yet ready to take that step, and a first-year head coach in a situation
Is he going to cost them games?
I mean, yeah, probably he's a second-year player.
Yeah, I was about to say he might. But that's kind of comes with it. Right. That's not I don't think we should. I think Bama said it earlier. We put too much expectations on year 1, year 2 quarterbacks. That's the reality of it. Because
live up to
it is to me. Yeah, but your first 2 years, you are going to lose your team some games because you don't know what you don't know. It is going to happen. So I don't think if you say he's going to lose them some games, or I don't think it's it's a catch-up stain on his white T-shirt per se. It's not he'll be okay.
I feel like a lot of people just think about it in a checker format. Your first year, you getting acclimated to the league. Then your second year, they actually game planning for you.
Yes.
So once they got tape on you, what the NFL does, they be like, okay, this is what he likes to do. Now we're going to come up with a scheme to take this away. And you as a quarterback, it's either you have to learn on the fly that year or go back to the drawing board in year 3 and realize, okay, when they take this away, this is how I work through my progressions to take this, to take that, to move here. Maybe I might need to check to a run. Maybe I might need to check to the opposite side. It's so many different other things, bro, but that you're going to have to learn on the fly. That's why when we see these guys like CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, Jayden Daniels, don't take that for granted. I just look at those as really anomalies in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
I look
for
at
real,
those
though.
as anomalies. I don't set
100%.
that as the standard for every rookie quarterback. Oh, you just got to come in, take the league by the horns. And it's like, no, bro, because a lot of times we know this with football, even with the Commanders last year. Sometimes you got to get lucky. You got to get lucky sometimes.
I think we saw the flashes. And then, Trent, when you look at the Patriots' first 4 games of the season, the month of September, they are home versus Las Vegas. Then they go to Miami. Then they're home versus Pittsburgh and Carolina. It is not impossible for them to come out of that stretch with 3 wins and 1 loss.
Yeah. No, I mean, it'll be tough. I like 2-2 a little bit more, but
I think they can win 8 games.
Because
why can't Carolina be better than them too? We just went over there.
Yeah, I agree. Carolina could.
Yeah, that's why I said 2-2 seems more makes more sense.
It could be, but just like we got a bunch of question
Carolina
marks
they don't.
But just like how we got a bunch of question marks for these Patriots, we definitely need to have any question marks about these Panthers.
Well, I think that would be the point though. Like
3 to 5 games by Bryce Young, that shit not moving me. He gotta keep playing.
I think that's the thing though. Like it is.
Of course, don't move you, damn fan.
Is Byron are they going to be in a situation with the Panthers where they're coming off of like obviously having a much better into the year. Bryce Young is more confident. Chuba Hubbard's going to be there. They got a better receiver than anybody on the Patriots right now. I think in Ted, depending on what Diggs does this year. Xavier Leggett's still there. Like Tommy Tremble, offensive line is whatever. Their defensive line is still good too. Like I'm saying like if they lose to the Panthers once again. That for me is not going to be indicative of like Drake May. It's just like they're both teams trying to figure out what they're doing, and who knows, man? Their head coach Canales, he might be really good. What if they're confident going into the game? I think the Steelers, as you know, Corey, Steelers versus young quarterbacks, that is a tough matchup every single year. And they got a new defense. They got a really good corner and DB core and stuff now. So for me, it's just a matter of I think Drake just needs to progress on a week-by-week basis. Understand the system, figure out the offense, be better you were this week than you were last week, get a connection with your receivers, get a connection with your offensive line, and then you figure out how to play it to stretch. And guess what, Corey? By the time it gets to the end of the year, I do think Drake he'll probably have a 4 or 5 game stretch where it's looking like Bryce Young was last year. It's like, man, this kid can really, really, really play football, but the team is just isn't ready to make a playoff leap yet.
Bama, when we transition and go to Jayden Daniels, LSU Tigers, you know what I'm saying? Go Tigers. I don't know how you feel about that.
LSU.
Go Tigers, Bama.
you know what it is. Like that. Cool, you see this.
Nonetheless, completed close to 70% of his passes, 7 yards a pop. Didn't turn the football over. 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Right, 3,500 passing yards. Led his team, if it's okay for me to say this, led his team to the NFC Championship game, had close to 900 rushing yards on the year. Jayden Daniels, for the most part, under Cliff Kingsbury, Bama last year, was the real deal. Complete. Running the football, throwing the football, winning football games for his team, right? Even though Swipe doesn't think that that's legit, right? Because it's not like the Commanders were great the year before.
No, they were legit. I don't want to take even legit.
It was the same team outside of the quarterback position. You got dudes like Brian Robinson, Scary Terry, who some people like. I reserve the right to look at Scary Terry the way that I want to look at him. So now, Bama, the question becomes, is this QB5? Is he the guy after Mahomes and Burrow and Allen and Jackson? Is it Jayden Daniels in year 2 submitted as QB5, or is he behind Jalen Hurts and some other players as well, including, the other dude who was in the Rookie of the Year conversation last year, Bo Nix?
I still got Jayden Daniels around the 7 through 10 range because I don't think he better.
Besides the top 4, who's better? Hurts
and CJ Stroud.
I think Hurts, CJ Stroud, and Matt
Stafford. Thank you, J-Rob. Yeah, I was just about to say that. So I still got those guys.
And I'm gonna be honest, y'all might not like this, but because I do. Because this is where I am concerned, and this is because of CJ Stroud. Like I was super high on CJ Stroud. He was my QB1 coming out his year, and obviously he took a bit of a dip in year 2. Still got his team, still won a playoff game, still on I think a phenomenal trajectory. But like, are we sure that Jayden Daniels is like better than a Jordan Love right now, despite 100%. The breakout season?
Yes. What Jayden Daniels has done.
I'm just curious. Because if he has a step back, the conversation is going to be such a drastic change.
If he has his step back, I'm not really tripping because Jordan Love's not that consistent. So it's like
he hurt last year.
If JD has a bounce, if JD has a slightly sophomore slump, I'm still taking him over Jordan Love. Because from what I just seen from JD this year is better than anything I've seen from Jordan Love. So it's like
that's interesting. You don't think Jordan Love is an elite quarterback? I mean, he turns the ball over a lot. Yeah, Jordan Love is elite talent.
He's
elite talent.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's an
more
elite
that go
talent.
to-
He's
There's
not.
more
What I just wonder is
quarterback
like
than just
if
talent.
Jayden Daniels doesn't continue to replicate what he replicated a season ago. I just feel like the conversation of like right now, because of the last time we seen both of them play football, we talk about Jayden Daniels like there's a huge gap between him and other quarterbacks around the league, and that might be true. That might 100% be true. My biggest concern is, are we doing this too early because of the second year slumps? And like I think it's okay to have him kind of grouped in that mixed bag of guys, then putting him in the realm of like the top 5.
Because I'm gonna keep it real. Jayden Daniels, hey, he shocked me. My last memory of Jayden Daniels was Carter holding him up in the SEC championship like a bro. That was so bad. So that was my last memory of him. So what he did in the NFL, it kind of was like, oh, okay, kind of shocked me a little bit. But I kind of agree with J-Rob, bro. We anoint these kids off of moments too much, dog. They gotta go and do it again. I need an encore performance. I need it another time because I don't know. I think Swiper agree with me. 5 of those wins, literally, could have been a whole different outcome. You got.
Same thing with the Chiefs, though.
Yeah, them too. Like that 14-1 they had, they could have easily.
I think I don't. Let me walk back. I'm not walk back, but just explain. I think more so what I was saying was the happenstance of the Commander season. Some of it was luck, but they earned their luck because in football you got to earn that luck.
That's true.
Like
that's
you
true.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything
I
away
agree.
from Jayden Daniels and what he did. He still was the best rookie quarterback last year in the sport, and he has the skills to be a MVP candidate again this year. And I think he's in a better situation to do it again now, given they got a better offensive line and a very good left tackle as well.
And then plus, I think that even though, like, for example, like CJ had a sophomore up to what, say, having one of the best years ever, and I still think he's better than Jalen Hurts. So it's like if JD has that, I'm just looking at the skill set.
What is it about CJ Stroud that makes you think he's better than Super Bowl champion Jalen Hurts?
I think the only thing that Jalen Hurts does better than CJ Stroud is run the football. Period.
I will say this: I do think if CJ Stroud was in the NFC, the conversation about him would be a little easier.
Be a lot different. I agree.
Because you got to understand, CJ Stroud for the rest of his career, he's in that gauntlet with them savages. And the thing is, like, everybody talks about like the big 4 with Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Lamar. But I think there's an uncrowned. I think CJ could end up being like that uncrowned prince in this whole thing because I think he has a lot of juice. I really do.
And that goes for a lot. That goes for other.
I really believe in that kid's like abilities for real.
They'll be looked at a little bit.
But I think CJ is really good, y'all. But I do think we do tend to whitewash players we like because I have watched every game of CJ's career. So I also want to say I thought he was spectacular his rookie year. Like he was stupendous his rookie year.
I agree.
Poise, great arm, mobility, all that stuff. But Trent, I watched every single game last year for the Texans. When the run game was good, he was good. When Nico was there, he was good. But he was very reliant on Joe Mixon and Nico Collins opening up the offense for him. And again, if I'm going to hold the same thing to what I said about Caleb Williams, well, again, just some of the raw advanced numbers that I read for Caleb Williams, y'all, CJ Stroud was 33rd in EPA last year.
This is not a good season. This second year was horrible.
But he was bad. But again, it wasn't just the offensive line, though, y'all. CJ was
he took a step back.
He was playing rushed. His where he was putting the ball wasn't good. His accuracy wasn't where it needed to be a lot of times.
I hear you.
But in a better situation this year with Nico, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, hopefully. And I think they added 2 of the best receivers in football from the same school out of Iowa State. You put all that together, Trent, I think there's a possibility where he takes a step back to a top 7 or 8 quarterback for sure. But now I do want to say this, though. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Trent, Corey's the Bo Nix person up here, but I do want to say, I don't think like he's gonna have to bring it. Cause Bo Nix has a year like he did last year and a better year last year. He's gonna have to be it. Because I think the issue is, Corey, you're gonna have to give people credit for what they do. Because you can't say on one end that like if you play well back-to-back years and then you win 10, 11, 12 games the next year and you got great numbers again and you lead your team to the playoff with no Nico Collins, no Joe Mixon on the roster. and then you do it.
You won that. You won probably the weakest division in football, the AFC South.
Yeah, they
I mean,
for
you
sure.
won the
Yeah,
AFC
for sure.
South.
For sure.
But at the end of the day,
For sure.
regardless, it's ran through him. As a rookie and a second-year player, the division is ran through him. And,
Hey, Trevor Lawrence
and at the end of the day, it's not easy for a first and second-year player to do that. I agree with Swiper. He definitely took a step back. But you don't think there's a lot of momentum coming out of that playoff run that they had? I mean, obviously, the way they lost to the Ravens, but he's in 2 years in his league. He's been in the league for 2 years, and he's 2-0 in opening rounds of playoff games, despite him being coming out of the weakest division in football, as you said. The reality is, I think a lot of people did see him not look like the CJ Stroud we saw in year one. I think he's gotten a lot of grace due to the fact that I don't think his O-line was phenomenal last year. He got his wide receivers got injured. I think people didn't see how nasty that Tank Dell injury was. Obviously, he lost Diggs. He lost Nico for a stretch. I think any quarterback is going to have some struggles and feel a bit rushed and a little bit frantic when you lose in those type of weapons and there's some structure that you don't have that you were accustomed to. And I think that was a bit of an adjustment for him. But I mean, going into the postseason, he still kind of looked like a guy. So it's like that's why a lot of us give him the benefit of the doubt. And this is why I say, say that again.
I'm not anti-Stroud, but I want to just tell the truth about what he was last season. Yes, the wild card game was the best game of his year last year. Got his team to the second round. Congratulations. That's back-to-back years doing that. He's a leader. He's going to get a $500 million contract when the number hits that at some point. But the truth of the matter is he's going to have to play better in that AFC for his team to make deeper runs in the playoffs. They open up this season on the road versus the Rams. And you know what? That's the perfect time to take the Houston Texans on the road as an underdog with no expectations. That's a game they can go in there and win.
But they have expectations, though. Huh?
They have expectations to win the NFC South.
We expect them to win the end, but we should also expect them to get out of the first round. They've done it twice already.
But that's matchup dependent,
is a one division team.
That doesn't matter. What I'm saying is when you've done something multiple, even it doesn't matter about the matchup. But I'm saying for themselves and their expectations, you don't think they expect to get out of the first round regardless?
But it does, because if they run into it, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think the Texans are better. Just run down the team. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens. I don't think they're better than Denver. I think they're better than Chargers because Justin Herbert, whatever. And then the Bengals, we'll see what happens with their defense stuff coming in this year. The Steelers,
they might be better than the Bengals.
They're probably like the sixth best team, I would say.
So they're going to be the 4th seed, and they're going to play the toughest wild card.
But I'm saying,
which will probably be the Broncos. And the Broncos.
I'm saying if they play the Broncos,
they could be, but it's not going to be a wash for them against the Broncos. Look, I know that's your squad and all, but
no, J-Rob, hold on. I haven't done the squad nonsense also. I'm not doing it now. I do think though, CJ having to run into a legitimately terrifying defense and then a team that has a better equipped offensive line and maybe better run game next year, depending on what happened with the O-line, not Joe Mixon as an individual player. I'm talking about the offensive line. If his offensive line isn't together and he plays versus a team with an elite pass rush, I think that's going to be extremely problematic. But they're going to have to fortify through the scheme, not through the players, through the scheme, the Texans' offensive line. They have to play better next year. But the thing is, they got rid of Laramie Tunsil. Like they legitimately have a massive hole across their line. CJ's going to have a hurt Joe Mixon this next year. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you, J-Rob. I've been really gassing the Texans. I think they're really good. But if their offensive line is bad and Joe Mixon's not there for the first part of the season, bro, like, could they struggle coming out the gate?
But can I ask you this, though? The thing is that you're talking a lot about their offense. That defense is going to be all right.
They're top 3 defense for sure.
Their defense has potential to be, call me crazy, could be a top 5 defense next year.
Top three.
Top three. Like they have that type of talent.
Yep.
And look, we all know football. We play some level of it. The reality is, if you get a defense that can get you a few extra stops and your offense, and you can win some ugly games, you can win that 17-10 game, you can win that 20-17 slugfest, I think they'll be okay. Because I will say this, and I agree, Swipe, in terms of you look at the rosters and things like that, it could be dicey for where they end up landing seating wise. But for the Houston Texans, they've been in a lot of they're not an inexperienced football team going into year 3. No, and I think that's going to go into their favor because year 1, year 2, and CJ Stroud, they overachieved, went into some of these postseasons. So I think the reality is, I think there'll be a decent matchup for, I think, outside of maybe the Ravens, Bills, and the Chiefs. I think it's fair game for them the rest of the AFC. I really do.
I think the Texans will be fine. CJ Stroud had a whole offseason to work with his receivers. That's why I was saying y'all kind of y'all overanalyzing almost to a sense. The man O-line was bad, and he lost all of his receivers in the season.
It's still bad, though, Brody.
No, I'm not tripping about the bad O-line. I'm talking about with his weapons. When you lose that synergy with your receivers, you got to remember, them dudes been passing to each other all summer, especially the rapport he built with Tank Dell, bro. When you lose that, and then you lose a bona fide superstar receiver, and he was missing games, and then Stephon Diggs was playing well, too. When you just up and lose that, it's not Madden. I just can't expect him to just start going out there and just dotting up other receivers, no-name receivers like it's like that. He's going to go through some growing pains. But by the time it reached back to the playoffs, he morphed back into the regular CJ of what we just saw. Like, CJ is a pocket passer.
No, because that's matchups, dog. What I'm not going to do is allow us just to pretend like matchups don't matter. It does.
Matchups do matter, Swiper, but what I'm saying
is that I agree with you. They can still be good, but here's the problem. Even with your analysis, I just disagree with your analysis. They're starting the season off next year versus the Los Angeles Rams, the Tampa Bay Bucks, menacing defensive line, both of them. They're playing versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, an even better defensive line this year. I think they're going to be much improved this season. And then they play versus Tennessee Titans, also another good defensive front. And then they play versus the Baltimore Ravens, also another good defensive front. By the way, is Joe Mixon back yet?
No,
that's 5 games. If Joe Mixon back for any of those games yet, so then now you got 2 rookie receivers. You're also trying to rely, and again, I agree they can both be good, especially Jaylen Noel. That's my money. I put my money on Jaylen Noel, but I'm saying that it takes a while to get synergy. So basically, we got to just hope and pray. Which me, as a keeper of Nico Collins in my fantasy leagues, I hope it's going to be Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford all over again. We're just throwing it. 15 targets a game.
Nico Collins, solid bet. Everybody on the panel in the press box likes him for fantasy purpose this year.
Hell yeah.
Trent,
I'm going to get that brother if he's available. He's going to have a great season.
You'll never see him in our league. I tell you that much.
Plus 1,800 MVP ticket on Bo Nix. Was that a waste of money?
Yo, Vegas just ran that shit up on you because he's not even about to be close to an MVP. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I think
is not so. But Bo Nix opens the season at 18-1 MVP odds. Where will he close the season at? Because I think he closes the season somewhere underneath 10-1.
So I can't do the. I'm not really like.
Okay,
I'll do the pluses. So he's 1,800 right now. By the end of the season, he'd be plus 500, or it's like plus 50,000 or some shit like that. He's not winning.
So you'll say 500-1.
Trent, I think you're tripping, dog. I think y'all just need to do some math. I think y'all gotta start doing math, bro. Trent, where city you from?
I'm from Houston.
Oh, from Houston. No, Texas don't do math.
From New Jersey.
Shout out to Baylor.
He's from New Jersey, bro.
Listen.
He's not from Houston.
Now, Trent, I want you to do this in your head. Okay, because this. I didn't. By the way, I have not said this. This is Corey's take. So don't put this on me being the homer. I have not said this, but I will say, look at their schedule. They're playing versus the Titans.
Okay, talk to me.
Indy, Chargers, Cincy, Philly, and New York the first 6 games. Now just imagine this. Imagine they're 4-2 or 5-1 starting the season off. And Bo is balling, carrying over from last year.
Be an MVP candidate this year.
So,
that's what I'm telling you.
No, we gotta relax.
No, wait, I'm not. No, J-Rob, I'm not relaxing.
We gotta relax, Swipe. We gotta relax.
Wait. Hold on. You hold on, Trent. What this show ain't gonna be? The press block is not gonna be is narrative driven. I've given you legitimate MVP cases and triple crown cases for Nico Collins. I'm not done. Jamar Chase and others. I've given you MVP cases for multiple quarterbacks too. I'm giving you the reason why Corey believes what he believes. If they start off 5-1, if they beat the Eagles, now what you saying, Trent? No, you rolling your eyes. No.
But can I just say, wait, Trent, can I just add one thing? Look, he's doing a very, very good job of this because he's been bigging up the Broncos, but he's been doing it very well through an analytical gaze.
But
so it comes off as unbiased.
Defense is analytics.
Well, hold on, let me finish.
Well, Corey,
but the reality is,
you couldn't even touch the field. You wouldn't even be scout team on that Broncos team right now playing corner. You hush.
I'm practice squad, bro. Practice squad get 100,000. I'm good with it, man. Whenever you need me, coach. Whenever you need me.
Okay, hold on, time out. Y'all do understand? Hold on, J-Rob. Y'all, so we saying Bo Nix.
Every time Trent lied, he put his hands together. Y'all pay attention.
Yeah, because y'all saying MVP, right? Y'all saying MVP.
Yes, my most valuable player.
I just seen. So okay, can somebody tell me where the Ravens' schedule ranks in football? Okay.
I'm Lamar all the way. Don't get me wrong. I'm Lamar all the way.
No, but I'm saying though. But Corey, put the ticket in because we just seen Lamar have probably a top 5 quarterback.
He had the best year to never win MVP for a quarterback.
I'm about to say he literally had an MVP year and was robbed.
Basically, outside of like Chris Johnson and shit, like probably him. He had like the best season to win MVP, like not winning. He had an Aaron Rodgers passing season with now on the ground. So, like, bro, you don't think Lamar could keep that up?
No, Lamar is the favorite.
I'm saying you got Lamar.
That's not how he plays.
You got Lamar.
He doesn't know anything about gambling. That's what I'm hearing. You don't understand how odds work. If the line moves, you won money, Corey. He doesn't understand that.
Now the reason
I'm looking at a long shot.
I don't think Bo's gonna have a chance. I don't think Bo's gonna have a chance over Lamar, Josh.
Corey, you said Josh Rosen was the best quarterback in 2018 draft. You hush. Corey, what were you going to say? Go ahead. Corey.
Who said that?
Yo, he's trolling.
That's rough.
Now,
what is he talking about?
At 18-1 right now, you look at the odds right now at 18-1. By the time we get to December,
it's a donation, Unc.
Yes, his odds will be closer to Patrick Mahomes and the Big Four.
Unc, if you're betting money on Bo Nix to win the MVP, I don't care if it's 18-1 long shot. I don't care if you only sprinkled $25 on it. It wasn't even your max ticket. It's a donation.
Let me teach you some donation. So Corey, last year, Rookie of the Year odds, Bo Nix was like 10th or 11th in Rookie of the Year odds. He finished
second.
Third behind Brock Bowers and Jay Daniels. Third. So you realize that, but for you non-math magicians up here, that if you took a ticket at plus 10,000, you made money on $100 ticket when he placed third. So what he's saying is Corey, Trent, close your mouth and listen.
No, because you might get a cash out and stuff. Yeah, I understand that.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, you're gonna get a cash out.
He's gonna.
Don't listen there.
Hold on. Do we not understand?
But the thing is, though, you're not always. But the problem is with a cash out is what happens if you don't cash out. We all been there before. We don't always cash out, bro. We don't always cash out. You cash out 100% of the time.
Wait. If it's the last,
cash out 100% of the time.
If it's the last, no, Trent, I don't care about your timeout. Trent, if it's the last,
you cash out 100% of the time.
4 weeks of the year and Bo Nix is 5th, I'm cashing out.
Okay.
This is nasty, right? This is what I'm saying. He's comparing him being finished, whatever. He started off in the Rookie of the Year race. Now we're comparing it to the MVP. If we're using hypothetical situations, if Joe Burrow has a slight of a better defense, Bo Nix not having
I agree with you, but what? That's how betting is hypothetical.
Okay, so for you to get bread,
what are you talking about? Everything we're doing is hypothetical.
So for you to get bread off this cash out, where would he have to place to get?
How are y'all calling me nasty? I'm the one making sense. Trent don't make no sense.
It's not about where he places.
Your volume, your mic, your level.
I'm not saying like at the end of the season. I'm talking about like y'all think what type of season do we think Bo Nix is about to have?
What?
I think he go for 4,000 this year. 4,000.
Wait, hold on. If he had 34 TDs last year, why can't he have 41 TDs this year?
41.
From where remember, he started the first 4 weeks of the year with 2 and ended with 34.
You think he getting 41?
I think he might get 40, bro. With a running game now too.
Hold on. So
Mike, J-Rob, it sound like you outside.
Your levels, you messing with your levels because you over here capping and yapping. That's what you get. Capping and yapping. That's what you get.
Can you hear me better?
No.
Oh my God.
Sound like you outside.
Let me ask y'all something, right?
When you look at Bo Nix last year, let me get in right here.
Which I think Baker Mayfield could do this.
66 completion percentage, 3,700 yards, under 7 yards in attempt, but I don't like 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He also ran for 430 yards and 4 touchdowns. He had better numbers than Patrick Mahomes last year. If you go look at Pat Mahomes' number, Bo Nix had a better season as a rookie with Sean Payton. Now you bring him back year 2, not under just any.
Hey, mute your background, whoever that is, by the way.
Not just anybody with Sean Payton, Cortland Sutton, more confidence. I don't see a second-year slump. I see a player that is going to be just outside of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL.
Well, hold on, pause. Wasn't we not just talking about annoying players so fast, and now we doing this shit with Bo Nix?
I'm doing it with Bo Nix. I'm all in.
What are we talking about?
I'm all in on Bo Nix. I just read you the numbers. I gave you the scenario. Sean Payton, Bo Nix, a great defense, good pieces, a team that played in the most difficult division and went to the playoffs in year 1. What am I missing here?
So
Pastor Tam wasn't top 8 odds last year, by the way.
So one of y'all got the odds things, right? So Corey, can you tell me what's Baker Mayfield's odds to win MVP?
Baker Mayfield probably more than likely has shorter odds than
That's a good bet too, though.
Well, I don't think it is. Like, I don't.
That's not how betting works, my brother. It is a good bet. If they remember, Baker finished. Didn't he finish like? Yeah, didn't he have 40-something, 43 TDs last year?
Yeah,
or something
he had
like
45.
That? Baker Mayfield.
45.
Matter of fact, Bo Nix is 35-1. Baker Mayfield is 25-1 right now to win.
So you get better odds with Bo.
Yeah, but you know who's 8. You know who's excuse my language. You know what's fucking ridiculous, and it's time to say something about this and stop beating around the bush. The fact that Justin Herbert, who's never done shit in the NFL, is 18-1. That is a sucker's bet if I ever seen it. Justin Herbert got shorter odds than C.J. Stroud, Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, and Bo Nix, and he has never done anything. Justin Herbert. He is a game manager with pretty long hair. Justin Herbert is not elite.
I know he just started doing the game manager thing because he just got Jim Harbaugh. So what are you talking about? He
never won when they put the ball in his hands. He never won.
I mean, niggas just gonna just strictly blame it on Justin Herbert, or are we gonna actually have talk?
Yo, we gotta stop doing this.
Let's talk about Justin Herbert. What has Justin Herbert ever
done? No. Yeah.
Hold on.
Disconnect.
You might as well just talk off the computer, J-Rod. But you said what?
Somebody put in the chat that I have dementia, but the numbers don't lie. You can say what you want to say about me, but you got to.
You gassing Bo Nix. You gassing Bo Nix when Justin Herbert is night and day better than him.
Not night and day. You drag
night and day better than him. I don't know.
You dragging night and day.
Look at Trent. All of a sudden, Trent don't care about playoffs. But now, when Trent was pushing out, I'm not done with you, Trent. Matter of fact, you step up on the board, and this time your time to get dropped. So when it matters to Trent, he loves to play off. When Justin Herbert come up, you don't got nothing to say. 4 TDs in one game last year. Horrible. Matter of fact, why did CJ Stroud advance past the first round last year? Hey, wait, hold on. Bama, why did he advance last year? Because they were the lower seed. They were not supposed to win. The Chargers, number 1 defense in the NFL, I was told. 21 touchdowns. 3 interceptions. I was told the dude's a top 5 quarterback. He stepped into the playoffs, and what happens? Has his worst game ever for the second time?
Right, but I don't know if you got CTE or something. But when did you ever hear I care about the playoffs?
I heard you.
When did I say that? No, I didn't. I just know for a fact, quarterback, 1,000%. You're not taking Bo Nix over Justin Herbert unless you're a Broncos fan. So Swiper, you're a Broncos fan.
I'm taking Hart. I'm taking Hart all the time. How about that?
You said
you can't measure Hart. You can't measure Hart. How about that?
Salute. Yeah. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
I kind of agree. I kind of agree with OG though, man.
I don't think Justin Herbert's.
He's the pretty girl on the block, tall surfer with the long hair, and y'all go crazy for it. He throw a lot of yards.
He ain't never done anything.
Exactly. He throw a lot of yards.
Justin Herbert is a great quarterback. Like, you can call it what you want. You might hate. Yes. Does he have playoff woes? Yes. Fine. But bro, stop. Like, Justin Herbert is one of the
What do you like about Justin Herbert so much?
Period.
What do you like about what does Justin Herbert do so well?
Because he could throw the ball a mile. Don't get them started. If you could throw far,
man, what are you talking about?
They like
not just throw the ball far. He's hella accurate. He has great ball placement, good pocket presence. He brings it to
his decision making is skeptical.
Huh?
his decision making is skeptical.
Yeah, it can be sometimes. Like you can talk about for a lot of quarterbacks. So what are you talking about? The
Not
only
the good
main
ones,
thing,
not for the talks y'all put him
the
in.
main talk about
Justin Herbert's in top
come on,
5
come on.
talks.
The main talks obviously is the playoffs. Yes, he needs to play better because he looked like terrible in the playoffs. I understand that, but we're not about to sit here and put him in conversations with the Brock Purdy's, the Dak Prescott's, and the Bo Nixons of the fucking world. Like
You just say, matter of fact,
We're not.
hey, Brock Purdy. I seen Brock Purdy when it matters most.
That's fine. Yeah, you can say that.
Hey, matter of fact, Brock Purdy should have won MVP 2 years ago, but you know why he didn't? Narrative.
You can say all of that, bro, but I don't want to start.
No, I don't want to do that. Brock Purdy had a better year than he did.
Brock,
and Brock Purdy in a good situation had a better year than he did 2 years ago.
Went to the Super Bowl? What year you talking about?
Had a better year than 2 years ago, didn't he?
Michael, what year
did Brock Purdy have a better season 2 years ago?
Then who? When he went to the Super Bowl?
Yes, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, you can say that.
I just want to hear that. That's okay.
That's because you have a better season. Don't make you the better quarterback.
Oh, how many seasons you got to stack? Exactly. Tell me how many you got to have. How many seasons you got to stack? 3? You got to have 3?
To me,
damn.
To me.
So one more. So basically one more season. I can say Lamar and Josh Allen are better than Patrick Mahomes. Basically. One more.
If you want to say that.
So you still think Mahomes is better though, even though they had 2 straight seasons they've outplayed him?
I still think Patrick Mahomes is the number 1.
Okay, so again, based on what you think, not necessarily based on what's on the field. I got you. No, shout out. I got you.
How?
Mahomes hasn't played better than both of those dudes the last 2 years. 2 years. 34 games. Sample size.
Context go in the situation that too, though, Swiper. Do they not?
Hey, Bama.
Do they not? And then if we start talking about playoffs,
context for Lamar Jackson?
No, I'm talking about Mahomes. About people playing better than Mahomes.
Hey, Bama.
Okay, but Lamar,
go ahead. Let me hop in right here, fellas. Bama, I want you to read the super chats. Take me off screen. When I come back, I got another second-year quarterback I'm gonna bring into the conversation.
And we can't be talking about playoffs and then they're just ignoring Lamar. We can't be doing that either.
So
can't do that.
While Unc gone, man, we got Nick Donald with the $10 actually, because he sent the blank 5 and then he sent another one. Shout out to the panel. Do y'all think St. Brown is a top 10 wide receiver? Easy. If so, why? I think he's easily a top 10 receiver.
I don't. I don't think Lamar's top 10, but he's in a pool with probably the deepest receiving pool in NFL history. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think he's top 10.
Who's 10th then for you? That's like best better.
So I mean, off the top of my head,
like Garrett Wilson,
Riley around there. Him, Malik. I think BTJ is better than Brodus in the back half.
Oh, rookie?
Nigga, Yes. I had Jamar Chase in my top 5 after 2021. That's just
how my mic sound, y'all.
Yeah,
bad, good.
It's like that.
You better, much better.
I don't think he's top 10, no.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, you straight now. You back.
Yeah, I definitely messed it up. I definitely messed it up with my hands. Yeah, no, I turned the thing all the way to the top. I was trying to get to Swiper's Broncos propaganda that he hides.
You still
it's your fandom that you're trying to hide through the analytics. And you're
good.
And you're smart though. This is why I like you, bro. You're smart. This is a smart way to go about it.
And he works in politics too. Oh my goodness.
I've already said I think they can win the AFC West.
This middle age.
You was giving us good misdirection. That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm not mad at it, but I just know what you're doing because if they were to go 4-1
West, how much higher can you get in that? I've already said they can win the AFC West.
All right, if they go 5-1 though, is it going to be analytical Swiper or is it going to be Broncos fan Swiper? You going to be on your Broncos?
If they go 5-1,
all right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me keep reading the super chats. But like I said,
they about to get cooked again. Round 4.
Oh my god.
Rockhead with the $5. What did Jamar mean by the scheme comments on Joe Burrow and Josh Allen?
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that one.
It wasn't no diss on Joe, bro. It wasn't no diss on Joe.
I don't think so either. I think it got to be because of the dual threat aspect.
They're saying you scheme for Josh, but like you got to scheme for us. Like when you're playing the Bengals.
I didn't see the
Joe
full
Burrow
quote.
is the best pocket quarterback in the league. I feel like I'm comfortable saying that he's the best pocket passer in football. So when you're dealing with him, you gotta have you have weapons. I got a super accurate quarterback that can throw any ball on the field. Then you better scheme for Jamar Chase and for T. Higgins. You better cover them correctly because if you don't, he's gonna pick you apart. Josh is just a different kind of player, but I don't.
But you don't think teams are scheming for Joe Burrow?
Yeah, they are, but I don't think he's in as a diss though.
I don't think I'm turning on the tape and being like, we need to make sure we stop. Just Chase. Like if I did a pecking order, it's not going to be Chase, Higgins. Then, like
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hold on, we got one more super chat.
Have another question I want to ask. But Trent, because I like.
One more
Wait,
super
hold
chat.
on.
One more super chat.
We got one more super chat.
One more. Drink more water with the $10. Faithful follower, bro. Appreciate you, DMW. Shout out, drink more water, man. I'm biased, but I do believe Edrin Cooper will be a breakout and a top 10 to 15 linebacker easy. He fits perfect in Jeff Harley's scheme, and hopefully after a full season, NFL fans will recognize him.
All right, thanks to all the super chats.
$2. We got MP9 MVP Bijan, Offensive Player of the Year. Drake 1500. Micah Falcons 12 and 5. I mean, I guess I'm a Falcons fan, but
I know you about to switch the topics over, but I do gotta ask you this because I don't want us to get off this show and we didn't discuss this because this will have happened. Are we not bringing up Shedeur Sanders is starting and was going to be the most watched? The most watched preseason game in the history of preseason games.
I got Shedeur Sanders right here, and I got a couple other things right here too. Shedeur is next, but Trent, I am going to put a wager on the two teams that's going to be in the Super Bowl this year. Like I'm gonna bet the Super Bowl exacta. Okay. And I got 2 second-year quarterbacks in the game. I got the Denver Broncos versus the Minnesota Vikings.
You like JJ McCarthy, bro. You like AJ McCarron, don't you?
Yo, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. What is wrong? A team that won
watch your mouth.
14 games last year. A team that won 14 games last year might have to.
Oh, brother.
Put
the fries in the bag, man. Put the fries in the bag, Unc. Please, and let me go.
We all hate Philly. We can't stand them. That is fine. They have the Avengers, Jesus Christ, on a football team. They are going back to the Super Bowl. That's number one. That's just number one.
But come on, Unc, like, what are we doing?
That's number one. And then number two, until somebody show me they can beat the boogeyman in the AFC, they got to show me they can.
Yeah, like
Patrick
Mahomes.
The boogeyman in the AFC.
That shit, I ain't gonna say it's the boogeyman. He really ain't been the boogeyman since Tyreek Hill.
No.
After he lost Tyreek Hill,
his
shit been on the decline.
You can say that. Patrick Mahomes.
You can say that, but
I'm cool.
It's going through him
though. I'm not just saying it though. I'm saying that like they. Anyway, I think the Vikings can be really good next year. I'll say that, Corey. They can. Be
I just think, I understand like this Broncos this Broncos thing. Like y'all making me have to like. I was rocking with y'all a week ago. Now it's getting to a point where like, come on, y'all.
What are we talking?
Let's play it. Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
John Payton said it.
They were a kick block away from being the first team to give Kansas City a loss.
Yeah, you playing for Unc? You playing for the cash out? I already know what's going on. You playing for the cash out?
My Super Bowl pick is the Vikings. Broncos.
Week 2 of the playoffs. He's cashing out. He's making even money. He's getting up out of there. He's getting up out of there, man.
Like, is that crazy? Vikings versus Broncos for all the marbles.
Broncos Super Bowl.
Don't put Swiper into this. Swiper, you don't want to go down this road with Unc right now.
Denver Broncos, the head coach is Sean Payton. You know he's won that game before, right?
Who the coach is? Their team is not
I don't know if they win the Super Bowl. Man.
Wait, so you think their offense isn't ready yet? What you're saying, basically, Trent?
I think the Broncos are going to be a good team because y'all got a great O-line.
But you don't think their offense is there yet?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's there.
Yeah, their defenses might be the best in the league, but your offense isn't there yet. I hear you. That's fair.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't say Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl is it's hard to. It's one of those things that it's hard for me to see.
To the Super Bowl, so
I can see everything else. I can see the postseason. I could even see I get into the second round divisional.
How am I catching strays in the chat when I'm not saying any of this? I got the Ravens
because they know about you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, they see through it.
I don't care. Guess what? You wear Google style eyeglasses, so you can't see nothing. Lamar Jackson, my MVP. I got the Ravens going to the Super Bowl. I've already said both of these things.
Yeah,
how is this on me?
He got to show, bro. He got to show it, bro.
So you think, J-Rob, I got so much motion here that I didn't even say it, and it's attached.
Yes,
to me?
bro. You home? Didn't Bama tell you on your first day you're home now, bro? Welcome. Welcome, bro.
You sit over there and try to act like a little panel diva.
Yeah, like you're not one of those panel guys. Welcome back, bro. Welcome to where you were supposed to be the whole time, bro.
You belong over here talking football.
Like, bro.
This the most sense you'd have made all year.
Come on, bro.
Career. 6 episodes.
Like I promise you,
the most
I'll put it like this.
Here.
The Broncos will be closer to the Steelers than them making the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
And who?
Wait, say that again.
That's
The
disrespectful.
Broncos.
Yeah, that's
wow.
crazy.
Mike Tomlin has never had a. Mike Tomlin they're gonna make
The
the playoffs.
Steelers is garbage. Their offense is really garbage.
We've been saying
Their offense is really
I ain't gonna lie.
garbage.
Trent, actually, Trent, I promise you, this is gonna sound crazy. I do not have the Steelers going to the playoffs this year.
I'm good with 9 and 8.
I do not have the Steelers going to the playoffs
Their
this season,
offense
bro.
sucks. They don't even have a real running back right
I
now.
don't have them going to the playoffs this season, bro. I'm telling you they're not.
Hey, hold on. Let me say this so everybody hears me.
I do not see them going to the playoffs, bro.
Lamar Jackson is going to be the MVP. He's going to prove he's the #1 quarterback in football this year. The Ravens are going to the Super Bowl, and the Eagles are probably going to win again. It's going to be Ravens, Eagles, in the Super Bowl.
Swipe. Who do the Ravens beat in the AFC Championship game?
The Chiefs probably.
I think it'll be the Bills.
What round does Denver get eliminated?
Man, bro, second
Divisional.
round this year.
Divisional.
Yeah,
I think
second
lose the
round.
divisional.
I think they lose to the Ravens. I think they lose to the Ravens.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I think they lose in the divisional, and that'll be a good year. If they lose in the divisional, that is a good year, man.
The Broncos.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they lose to the
if
Ravens.
they lose in the divisional in year 2 under your quarterback, that's a great year.
No more thumbs. Rest of the show. No, listen. I think the Ravens are going to prove they're getting over the top, but I think it's going to be them and the Eagles. Like, it's that simple. It's going to be them and the Eagles when it matters most. That's going to be a great Super Bowl. I can't wait.
Lamar got to beat the boogeyman, bro.
That's not really the boogeyman.
He's literally the boogeyman.
It's not even Pat.
I don't think if we're being objective, Trent, I think if we're being objective about it, I don't think Mahomes is the boogeyman. A lot of this stuff is like, they just need to execute in high moments. Like, the reality of it is a little bit of just execution. And look, I'm giving Pat his flowers. You know how I feel about Pat.
Yeah,
it's nothing to do. I'm not being disingenuous. What I'm saying is, as great as Pat has been, I do understand their point of they have been beatable. They have been beatable. Now it's about finishing the job. It's about finishing the job, Trent. But I wouldn't say that makes him the boogeyman, because to me, and even some of the games that they've won, it wasn't like we had the year 2, year 3 Mahomes game where it feels like 2015, 16 Curry. You get what I'm saying? Where it just feels demoralizing out there. I just think it's just he's not being able to execute on the back end.
The reason why I disagree with that, because Tom Brady was the boogeyman for a while, and there's been multiple years where teams have just lost to them, where they could have just executed, but we still call him the boogeyman.
But the thing is, Tom Brady wasn't really necessarily even though he had 7 rings, he already showed he was beatable.
But
he was beatable, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
We see him losing. Let's not. I think you forgot. See, this is where you might be showing your age right now, gang. And I'm not even that much older than you. But there was a stretch where Brady won. They weren't really doing
but we're talking
Patriot
about
football like that.
When he got back in the group, they started winning.
A nigga who made
there was multiple years with teams. Just because teams they're beatable, don't mean he's not the boogeyman.
All right, check it out.
I feel like that's kind of disingenuous what we're talking
about.
Because Mahomes is literally the reason why Josh Allen hasn't gotten the best QB in the league. Lamar hasn't gotten the best QB in the league tag, Joe Burrow.
Lamar Jackson is the best. Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in football, bro. I'm not going. Trent, he has the tag from me. He's the best quarterback in the game, bro. Like, I don't care, bro. He's the best quarterback in football, bro.
You talk to any defender in the NFL,
the best quarterback in football is Lamar Jackson. You know my vibe. 1 ring, top 3. Let's get it, Lamar. 1 ring, top 3. Most talented quarterback God ever created, man.
It's
funny. I really feel.
Check it out.
Let him get the job done. It's lit.
J-Rob, Shedeur Sanders been announced.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
Preseason Week 1 starter for the Cleveland Browns. I have Shedeur Sanders making his first start Week 7 at home versus the Miami Dolphins. Shedeur Sanders starts Week 7. Does he start before or after Week 7?
Look, sometimes me and Bama know the CTE start kicking in. And I could give you the analytic, the appropriate answers and all of that. But back when Deion went to Colorado, you know what me and Bama was saying that man was doing? The Lord's work. The Lord's work.
Okay.
And do you understand? You can't take what's already graced by God. Fate is blooming on my boy. There's a lot of people who are saying this is the Browns way. A lot of people are saying this is the Browns way of being able to say, well, if he don't work out, we gave him a try and they can scoot him away. I look at it as opportunity. This is the football God saying, You can't stop a train that's already in motion. The $14 million check he just cut for selling $400 million worth of that jersey, it's about to be spooky. And the thing that's going to be good about this, he's going to play at least 2 quarters in the game. If he do well against the ones, have that confidence out the gate, it only going to get easier because they're going to put in the reserves and they don't got nobody else to play at quarterback. I think he's going to be phenomenal. Yeah, if he plays well in this preseason game, the media, the fans, all of that, he'll be starting by week 1 or 2 of the season.
He will not be the week 1.
All right. If he goes out there and lights it up, regardless of its preseason, he's going to play against the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. If he lights it up out there, you have to realize that the fans, media, and the front office that went out of the skybox to make sure they drafted him, he will be starting by the second. Okay. I'll give him the 3rd week, the latest he'll be starting.
If it starts week 1, that means week 2, his second game of his career is at the Baltimore Ravens. That's the perfect way to ruin his confidence, right? And
how?
Then week 3,
how? This is what y'all keep losing me about Shedeur Sanders when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Swiper, can you tell people? Swiper, can you tell people?
Please,
just hear me out. Because Swiper, hold on. Because Swiper watches a lot of Colorado. He's into the game. I just want to talk to Swiper real quick. Swiper, I think you would agree, as somebody who watches football, that a quarterback, especially a young one, that has shown signs to play in chaos, has a better chance to maybe deal with the learning curve of the league. A quarterback in Shedeur Sanders, who was the most sacked guy in college football for 2 years, I do believe, regardless of what his age is and how many years he's been in the league, whatever, I think if he can go in versus the Ravens, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and the chaos that he's going to deal with in the pocket will literally be what he's experienced for almost 2 to 3 years in his college career. It is going to be no different. I think of every the quarterbacks that were drafted this year, he is easily has the best composure in the pocket because he's dealt with the most erratics of the group. And it wasn't even close.
I mean, but he also held on the ball too long. I think he's very talented, but he's not talented enough to hold on to the ball and to make plays with his feet consistently. Me and Bama had an argument about this between Arch Manning and Shedeur Sanders this summer. I think that Shedeur, if he plays within process, Bama, he plays within the play call, he gets the ball out, 3-step, 5-step, play action. He works it, he works his levels. He goes from out,
high to low,
under, all that stuff. Like if he does that, I think he'll be very good. To me, he's Teddy Bridgewater 2.0. I think that's about where he is. I think he's a really good QB, but I think he needs to be a really good game manager. And I think if he does that this Friday, I think he sets himself up to be able to start week 1, though.
Wow.
I think he can be really good.
Week 1.
I think you got to think about where they are in the quarterback room right now. Like
Joe Flacco's going to be the week 1 starter.
I know, but if the thing is, if he plays well this preseason, though, go ahead.
No, I want to say, but the reality is, like, if they have 2 picks coming up in next year, if there's any shot that this kid is the future of this organization, to me, Swiper, what's the point of waiting till week 7? Just find out if you want to keep this. Let this kid play and find out if you want to make him the future of your franchise or not. Because the reality is, them waiting till week 8, week 9, and he plays decent for the last stretch of the season, it might not be enough for him not to decide to draft who's ever at the top of the draft.
What do you think, Trent? Week 1 starter?
Look, I'm Shedeur FC. Week 1, though, I think HE double hockey sticks, no. Hell no, I don't think he started week 1. I'm not going. I don't think he started week 1. I hope he does because I think that Browns QB situation is terrible. It's not good. It's really not good. Do you think he might have a better chance because the QB room's so bad? Cool, yeah. But like DTR was playing good in the preseason. Like,
but how did Dak Prescott get his job? Preseason.
Come on,
quarterback.
Why Joe Milton in Cowboys right now? Good preseason.
QB1 got hurt.
I'm talking crazy. I'm talking dumb. I'm trolling.
What I'm saying is, Bama, avoid the Ravens defense, avoid Brian Flores in the Vikings defense at home, week 7 versus the Miami Dolphins. That's when you start them.
I'm not mad at that. I'm
it's so late.
I'm a lot higher on Shador than anybody up in here. Like I said, that
Cap.
AFC,
Cap.
that AFC
Not over me.
In 2-3 years,
Cap.
that AFC finna get real crowded right there. Y'all talking about that boogeyman bullshit. I ain't buying that, bro.
7 AFC championships, by the way. It's the boogeyman.
I just want you to know, because you know what my comp for Shador is. That's the black
Tom
Joe.
Brady.
Not Joe Burrow. He's not.
Me and Joe Burrow, bro. I love
He
Joe
black
Burrow.
Tom Brady.
Joe Burrow.
He wears
Black Joe Burrow, black Tom Brady.
Look, he ain't
Black
Joe Burrow.
what,
I
you
can say
feel
that
me?
much. He might get
I'm
there with
saying
Tom,
it.
because
You
Tom
gonna
didn't have a
see.
crazy arm, wasn't athletic as you know, all get out, but he definitely for sure ain't Joe Burrow.
You gonna
But
see.
I want him to be successful though. Like I said, don't listen to J-Rob. Okay, Shador, if you're watching this, listen to me. Read your keys. Don't bite on the cheese. Get first downs. Get into the red zone. Get field goals. If you can, get touchdowns. Look, J-Rob, if the first game, let's say he go 12 or 20, 1 TD, 3 scores, they get 2 field goals.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm
100
good with
yards,
it.
110 yards. I'm good.
I'm good
I don't care what the yard per average.
I'll say this though: if he could get Jerry Jeudy in the end zone one
Not
time,
playing. Jerry ain't playing.
oh, he's not playing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Judy definitely.
Cedric Tillman, maybe fantasy.
Now,
fantasy
yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I just want if you get one of them starters into the end zone, it'll be nice to see. I was hoping Jeudy was going to play.
Hey, let me
These
ask you
boys
a
are not playing the
question real
preseason no more.
quick. For everybody in the room, just want to make sure that see if y'all tripping or I'm tripping. Speaking of second-year quarterbacks, we haven't talked about Michael Penix. Everybody raised their hand that would take J.J. McCarthy over Michael Penix.
Well, I haven't seen him play, so I don't know.
I'm not taking.
But coming out of college, I'm taking JJ. But in the situation though, I ain't gonna lie, Michael Penix would go crazy though.
I'm not taking nothing over Warren Moon.
Michael Penix,
Andrew Luck is there.
Warren Moon. My boy J-Rob, man.
Everybody over JJ McCarthy.
I like give me Penix, bro.
No, I like Penix though, for real. I was all jokes aside, the Warren Moon comparisons are troll. I was high on Penix coming out of college train. You know this. Yeah. I said he was going to be a top 10 pick, and you thought I was out of my mind.
Yeah,
Who's in a better situation?
He should have been.
Or McCarthy. Who's in a better situation?
McCarthy
is easily in a better situation.
Yeah, but that don't mean he easily going to be
much better situation.
Because
better offensive coach, better defensive coordinator.
The Falcons.
Yeah, but Penix still has all. Penix has a lot of. He also has the offensive resources.
But he doesn't have the main thing you need, which is the genius at the head coaching position not leaving. He doesn't. But
does everybody need a genius though?
No, but I'm saying, but having a QB coach that's that good, and Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison when he gets back, a good run game system, that supports the run game, and then you got Jordan Mason backing up for Jones as well.
Yeah.
Christian Darrisaw just signed a really good deal. Like they have like really, 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 really good pieces. Their defense, by the way, like I said, could have the sleeper DPOY and Van Ginkel. I said it already. I
like you're talking about a Super Bowl team.
They have a really stable infrastructure, a great tight end, the best wide receiver in football, maybe, and one of the best coaches in the league. That's a really good
beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Interesting.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
At the end of the day, again, you are banking on a guy we've never seen play, and a guy who in college was never really asked to sling the ball more than what? I think the most he threw the football.
He was a champion.
Who was the most he thrown the football in the game, Trent?
The last time he played a college football game, he was raising the trophy, correct?
I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not taking that away from him.
Because you can't say it was in him.
I'm not taking that away from him.
In the drive to beat Alabama, he made all the plays in the drive to beat Alabama.
He did. JJ McCarthy.
I never said he was a bum. I never even said he wasn't whack.
He was, man.
I'm just not as high on him.
Don't get mad.
To me, a lot of his things is more like physical tools because I just don't think he was asked to do a lot at Michigan that made me feel like at the time he was a top 15 pick. But I'm not mad. They believe in him. Listen, I wasn't all the way in on both Knicks. And they drafted him to the Broncos, and now we're here talking about we talking about sprinkling money on him as an MVP. So I'm cool with being wrong about some of this stuff. Quarterbacks, it's a crapshoot. But if I had to pick between Michael Penix and JJ McCarthy, I'm taking 9, man.
You got Michael Penix.
You see the way he throw that football, man?
At least you've
Taking
seen him
9.
play. So I mean,
You have Michael
And
Penix.
I got and that's the other thing. I got a little bit of a sample size too. That also kind of swaying my
You think
viewpoint.
Penix can be better than Caleb this year?
Yes, I do. I think the Falcons can win the NFC South.
Somebody got to win
Looking
it.
the Panthers.
Somebody has to win it.
I'm picking the Panthers.
Let's be honest. We only got one team getting up out of there, right?
I think
Out of that division. Yeah, we only got one team getting up out of there.
That's a one-team division.
The other one team division. Yeah, you know I love the Buccaneers. You know I'm Buccaneers FC, but because I'm Mike Evans FC, but Penix is my guy. You know Trent, how I feel about Penix. I think he's a beast, bro.
I think it's going to be the Bucks or who else is in that division?
It's going to be the
Saints going to be terrible.
Saints going to be awful.
He's going to be either between Buccaneers and Falcons. The Panthers, they're not winning the game.
Yeah, I can't. The Panthers, I know we Panthers FC, but come on, man. Let them get 8. Let's get 8 wins, bro. Like 8 wins is a good year, bro.
We're still ignoring Cam Ward for the Rookie of the Year, right? Is that a mistake that everybody here is making?
You said what?
For Rookie of the Year?
Ignoring Cam Ward as Rookie of the Year.
I wouldn't ignore it, but I wouldn't place it.
I wouldn't place that bet because my Rookie of the Year is the guy who's about to play 100 snaps a game.
Thanks.
He's not going to be able to do that in the NFL.
We heard that in college, bro. He about to do
it.
Bro, I'm not
If
tripping.
he's playing, if he go out there and put up 800 to 900 receiving yards,
with BT,
3 or 4 interceptions.
I mean, he's not better than Brian Thomas Jr.
That doesn't.
He's the second best wide receiver on his own team.
What does that have to do with Rookie of the Year? That means nothing. He can literally get
Rookie of the Year.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think Ted McMillan is going to have I think he's gonna have over a K this year.
It's so easy to see that Cam Ward is going to be the Rookie of the Year, y'all.
I've been kind of tapping into some of this Panthers camp stuff. This kid Ted looks nice, man.
Yes, Cam Ward is going to be the Rookie of the Year, and he's
starting day 1
right now. That's a steal.
I feel like it's one of the running backs, man. Yeah, I think
it's between him
and
and
Henderson, Omarion, Genty, RJ Harvey. One of them 4. I think.
You think Judkins could get off?
Judkins got to get off.
We got to make sure he don't go to jail.
Oh yeah, I forgot about his situation. Yeah, never mind. Forgot about his situation.
Mecca could go. Mecca's gonna go crazy.
Mecca can go too, bro.
Mecca's gonna go crazy.
What about Luther? What if Luther's like that too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Luther and Ben Johnson.
I like Luther, but I think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be able to have the same type of production as some of the guys you should be saying.
Y'all tripping? Hey, I'm telling y'all right now. Stamp it right now. Jaylen Noel and CJ Stroud about to go crazy,
bro. Higgins, bro.
I want the third down. I want the third down money man. Give me Jaylen Noel, bro. That boy CJ be throwing dots. Jaylen finna be. I'm telling you, watch.
Man, I think the biggest breakout year at the wide receiver position this season is going to be coming from Jackson Smith and Njigba.
I can see
breakout.
I think you're going swipe. I think you're gonna have like 6. I think you're gonna have like 1,700 game.
I think mine.
Because come on, he's so crazy, bro.
Hey,
like
Cooper
Jackson is. I'm telling you, swipe. He's gonna get like 6. I think he get like 16.
Cooper Kupp is there though. We got 2 super chats by the way to do, Bama.
I think by default,
super chats out.
I think Jay's gonna have a crazy
we got 3.
year.
I think we got 3.
By default, I say Marv gotta have a breakout, but mine though, bro. I think he finally going. I think for consensus wise, he's gonna finally stem himself one of the best in the game. I think George Pickens will have a crazy breakout.
Rashad Johnson.
Yeah, facts.
Because he would have had like 1,300 if he didn't get injured, but shit happened.
I think he's gonna have like 1,400.
Rashad Johnson with the $5. I'm with you, Unc. I got my Vikings winning it all.
Salute.
MC Robinson, shouts out to him. That has to be a waste of a ticket. You got JJ, who is a rookie that didn't play last year for the Vikings and Broncos. Come on, man. Stop it. Defense is top tier, but their offense is not there yet.
Whose offense not there yet?
Vikings.
Interesting. With Justin Jefferson.
Kirk will help CJ out at receiver.
I forgot
Good star 61 with the $5. Kirk will help CJ out at receiver.
Kirk will help
like
CJ.
I like when Unc in his bag.
Who?
Unc in your bag today.
No, Christian Kirk.
You over in Houston.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. They got a bunch of small.
Eric Espinoza with the $5. Put Joe Seiche on that Raven squad, and there's possibly multiple championships. Burrow is the second best.
I'm not gonna hate on
either.
either. I love both of them. So whatever you say.
Nah,
bro.
but come on, he's bugging, bro.
I think Burrow four.
bugging.
Y'all just be lying.
You're tripping. Burrow better
I'll
than
just
Josh
be
Allen.
lying.
I can't wait for him to have
Lamar
that.
Jackson is the
I
best
agree.
quarterback in the
If you
game,
think Burrow
bro.
better than Josh Allen, you better hope he better.
All
than
right, we got 10 o'clock East. It's time to hop up out of here. Get ready for Sunday show. Sunday, we'll get together, see what's going on the rest of this week in training camp. See what happened to you doing these preseason games. We'll bring you some good content. We need to do a fantasy draft. I want to do that next Wednesday night. So
No, too early. Way too early. Y'all training camp.
I'm not going to. Well, we'll discuss that off here.
Yeah.
And why are we doing it on ESPN? Why are we not using Sleeper? Like,
Because
can we grow up?
just relax. We
Can
do
we grow
ESPN.
up,
It's
bro?
over.
Like, what are we
It's
doing?
over.
This is about
ESPN
money,
way
bro.
better.
It's about more than just.
All right,
ESPN way better.
We'll
bet.
keep
All
that-
right,
Everybody
shut
good.
up.
Win
Shut
anyway,
up.
so just sit
I'm
on
gonna
the
shut up. I'm
sideline.
gonna shut up.
All
You're
right,
gonna
check
be
it
last
out.
place anyway.
I want to thank
Yeah.
everybody for rocking.
Shout out to
with us.
Revis Island. Revis Island better than Champ Bailey in the stand stone.
On
My
that
bad.
note, I got to get up out of here. For
All
Swipe,
right, y'all.
Bama, J. Rob, and Trent, you already know we out. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Peace.
Peace, chat.